checking regulation valve settings. To check regulation valve if it works at all, go to menu, sections, regulation valve diagnosis, and now we have slider to move regulation valve into both directions. So when I move the slider to positive values, it will open the valve, regulation valve. If I move the slider to the negative values, it will close the valve, and it will of course decrease the pressure. And this slider represents speed of the valve. So when moving to, for example, 50, minus 50, it means that the regulation valve is closing with 50% of full speed. If I move slider to 100, it is opening with full speed. So this is not a position of the valve, but it is a speed of the valve. When pressing stop, the slider goes to 0 value and it stops a regulation valve. So if you can hear the noise when moving the slider, it means that the regulation valve is working. If you cannot hear the noise after some time, it means that regulation valve reached the maximum position and limit switch switched off the regulation valve. So you have to move the slider into the opposite side, and now you can hear it is working again. Main switch, it is to turn on and off a main valve when testing regulation valve. So now we have tested if regulation valve is working at all. So it's making a noise, it means it works, and the motor in the regulation valve works. So now we are checking if it will change the pressure. So we have to start the tractor engine. Turn on the PTO, and now I press main to open the main valve, and I can see the pressure is rising. And now when I move the slider to the positive values, I should see the pressure is increasing. Yes, now it was increased. Now I will check if it is decreasing. It is decreasing, so I can say that regulation valve works. If I go to the home screen and mixing pressure is set to 7 bar, then when I turn on main valve here, I should see that the pressure goes here to 7 bar, and here you can observe which direction the regulation valve is working. When arrow up is highlighted, it means that the regulation valve is opening, like now. When down, it means that it is closing. So you can observe here if the regulation valve, if the computer is controlling the regulation valve. As you can see, the pressure is approximately 7 bars. It means that it works okay. Now I can increase a little bit tractor RPM, so I can see that pressure was increased a little bit because PTO was running faster, but after some time pressure is back to 7 bars. Now when I release acceleration pedal and PTO RPM will be lower, I can see the pressure is changing again and should go back to 7 bars. Also in sections, control valve, you have to select appropriate regulation valve type. In this sprayer there is 14 seconds regulation valve, so there are some presets for the regulation valves. This one is 7 seconds, this one is 14 seconds. If you can observe that computer is a little bit oversteering regulation valve, then you have to decrease proportional gain. If you see that computer cannot reach appropriate pressure, then you can increase a little bit proportional gain.